love the song.
Oh, I know yesterday was the 90s day, but this is one of the premier 90s songs. No voices. There's no lyrics to this except for woo-hoo. And then a little bit by Blur.
Y'all,
They play a lot of hockey. They play a lot of hockey. Hockey games. All right. You'll Be in My Heart was from Tarzan, and I tell you what, I can tell that whenever announcements start getting watched, because my inbox floods. I have people calling, but as someone called today, but they had just been beaten by Mr. Andre's advisory just by like a skosh. Because when the phone rang, I'm like, picked it up. It was a student from a class. And I looked at my Canvas inbox and I saw that an email had just gotten in there right before they had called. So I'm like, oh, you came in second. So Mr. Andre's class knew it was from Tarzan, 1999.
Nice. 1999.
All right, so we got some cool stuff coming up today in announcements. We've got our first student of the month for August and our first teacher shout out from, and we'll explain what our criteria was when we get into announcements, but let's get into announcements.
Nice.
All right, so it is Friday, September the 10th, 2021.
Friday.
Friday.
And here are our announcements. First off, it is the mission of Westlake Middle School to reveal the genius of each Wildcat through a culture of joy, respect, and excellence. All right, so let's get to, first off, our mask, as we'll continue to push this. And now that we know that mask wearing is, we know it's important. Number one is protecting you, but we have to make sure we're wearing it correctly above the nose, below our chin.
Yes.
Today is Friday. Oh, let me shift this all the way over here. Today is Friday, and we are doing win 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yes.
Okay, today for 6th grade, you were doing a greeting and share, and then a grade level expectations. And you are also then talking about CPR, how can we build a better community, and then a brain break, and then 6th grade, you're talking about the I cans for these.
Yep.
Ms. Barbara, do you think they can all access IXL?
I think they probably can because they're probably on it all the time because that's what they
Yes.
do in their spare time.
Ms. Hampton, do you think they can actually tell their teacher their NWA growth target?
I must say I am 50-50 because I'm only saying it because I had a student today and she couldn't tell me.
Okay. So they learned it yesterday, so hopefully today they've gotten it. So and then 7th grade, I know they had to do it yesterday, so they didn't have to do that one yesterday, but they get to discuss today the little extended IXL, brain break, work on IXL diagnostic, then go to their agenda book on page 7 and do some NWA review and figure out what your score was on the last test, what your work on area is, and then also what their goal is going to be for the winter test. And then one thing we might do too, we're going to talk about Roebucks here in a little bit. Give out Roebucks. Anybody who can tell me what their growth score is going to be or what they scored on the last NWA, or if it's just in their agenda book. So.
Yes.
And then 8th grade, you do have an extended. Well, I should not move that. Or there we go. We have an 8th grade and extended spa day today, and so teachers will take you out for that. We have a greeting share, and then you're watching these announcements right now. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
And then we'll go into their win.
Like, hurry up so we can go outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Please accept the Westlake Middle School course in Canvas. That's where everybody can email. 3 of us. I don't know if they've emailed anybody of you, but I get the emails every time I ask the question about when was that song. When was the song made? They enjoy that. They Google is their friend. They're looking it up, and so
of course.
because some of these songs, listen, they made way before they were around. Don't forget, the first yearbook meeting is Monday, September the 13th. SAFE, Student Alliance for Equity, their next meeting is Tuesday, September the 14th. And speaking of Student Alliance for Equity, they did set up our Spirit Week. Today is tie-dye day.
We picked good choices for Spirit Week.
And let's talk about Roebucks. They're coming soon.
Yes, I'm excited.
If you remember the pause, we got it.
Throwing them out.
Give them out. Speaking of SAFE, they actually are running all of our what we're doing for the month of different months for students of the month, and they picked out student of the month. So August, they said it could be teacher choice, and so we've got our first student of the month, Miss Hampton, read about like who our student of the month is and who nominated a teacher wise.
Oh, so is it Leslie?
Leslie Suarez, yes.
Yes.
Good
Oh my
choice.
gosh,
Good
she-
choice.
Sixth
Good.
grader.
She is experiencing that what we thrive for, right? That
Yeah.
excellence, that joy, that respect. Because clearly, guess what it says? She brings joy everywhere, and she is excelling in her assignments, right? That is excellence and the respect part. She's eager to help.
And now,
all
so
students.
Miss Ramp put that up there. Thank you, Miss Ramp.
Yes, thank you, Miss
Um,
Rand.
And so, and Safe will pick. So I think Safe's going to talk to the teachers in our last meeting in September. Their 3 leaders are going to talk to us about what they're going to look for in October or for September student of the month. Now, one thing I did, and the teachers don't know about this because I didn't tell them, but I asked the students to do some teacher shout outs about who made them in the first month of school feel welcome. And so each time we do a round of shout outs, we're going to have them on here. And I will say this, in like an hour, I think I had 56 students put in shout outs for teachers. It may be more now. I haven't checked it since I kind of typed these up earlier.
Yes.
But Ms. Barber, talk to us today. Our first teacher shout out
Mhm.
to Miss Perry.
Yeah, Miss
Miss
Perry.
Miss Perry, Ariel just thinks you're the best. You asked her for her name and her pronouns. So way to go, Miss Perry, on
Way
welcoming.
to go, Perry.
Welcoming Ariel. And so, and I also put out the kids too. They don't have to have their name read. I said you can put your name on there if you want to. It's completely up to you. I'm not gonna make you put your name up here if you don't want. But Miss Perry, Ariel wanted to let you know how much you thought you welcomed her.
Welcomed her. Thank you.
All right. So
Thank you.
students, when a teacher says to do something, Wildcats, we just do it. And also too, listen to me. Look at me. Look at me. Hold up. I'm not. It has Miss Barber, but you're looking at me. So we've already started. We're running 2 different detentions for especially this not being on time thing. If you have more than when you get to 10 tardies, it's automatic detention, and then we start with the automatic Saturday school once you get to 15, I think.
Mhm.
And then at another number at 20, I believe it's all day ISS. And then there could be a suspension too. We can't be to class on time. So that's already starting next week because we went back and started counting tardies just for 2 weeks. And some of us are not getting to class on time. And then some of us, if we get to a 20 tardy, it's a parent's gonna have to walk us around the school because we clearly don't know how to get around to the different classes.
Absolutely.
All cell phones in your locker between 9:15 and 4:15. They are taken if they're seen or heard.
Mhm.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, our motto is every Wildcat every day gets better. And
Yes.
the better can be getting to class on time.
Yes.
If you get it caught up in the first tardy and have the detention for tardies, okay, let's make sure you don't get to the next level.
Correct.
It's the end. So
And may I add, it's not just hall sweeps. Okay, those are
We
ways
just-
for
we
us to
just
kind
take
of.
tardies every period.
Even if we're not having a hall sweep, you have to be in class on time. You have to.
the hall sweeps are automatic detentions where the tardies are being counted by every teacher every period.
Yes.
If you're not to
got
class
to
on
be there.
time, they're counting the tardies. And you know what? The stuff you're doing in class is too good for you to miss any part of.
Right.
Got to be in there right on time. The
Yeah.
end. All right. So
Do
let's
it.
ending on that. Yes, just do it. And listen to a little bit of woohoo. Have a good Friday, everybody.
Woohoo!